making YG stock fall and literally ridiculing what YG promised with the public. BABYMONSTER debuted as the third girl group of YG Entertainment after 7 years, and as the juniors of BLACKPINK, the greatest girl group of all time. All eyes were on them, but their debut was so bad that people started to praise NMIXX's debut, that BABYMONSTER became the very first girl group to get the dislike over like up to 10%, and BatterUp quickly fell out of top 100 of many music charts. So, how can BABYMONSTER, from being the fattest girl group to break 2 million subscribers on YouTube, with the most talented girls ever, could end up in this mess? Is it because they are actually not that talented? Or it's just YG being YG? Or the public is too harsh? The answer is complicated and literally the mix of everything on earth. So let me show you what I found after days seeking for the most comprehensive answer possible for now. All the big waiting game pre-debut, just for the most disappointing debut of Gen 4. Enter BatterUp. The rap line ATEs and the song towards the end is fun, but the chorus sounds so recycled and lazy. When the chorus hit, I instantly started to go, or Lisa's Money, as some said. Even listening to it after watching the MV, I still keep thinking it is BLACKPINK singing and can't distinguish any of their voices, apart from the ahyeon and ruka rapping, which is disappointing because they really showcased each girl's voice during the survival show. Seeing the girls sing "We Are the Monsters of the World" in front of a school bus, especially in the context of their age, threw me off. They're forcing these kids into a concept that doesn't fit them, and as a result, the girls' delivery isn't charismatic or stylish enough to carry the song. But what I do think it's hilarious is that Teddy had no involvement in this track yet. It still feels reminiscent of his style, but an undercooked type. Probably even Teddy, with all the recycling, would still be able to create an instant hit debut song for BABYMONSTER. He never misses on 2NE1 in BLACKPINK, despite people keep telling he's recycling sounds with nonsense lyrics. He still can do great mixing and smooth overall production. YG is still being known as the hip-hop label, but really, at this point, it's so funny to me that SM is doing a much better job. Then again, as someone pointed out, YG is doing a throwback to the old YG sound, but it's 2023. It's a sound that they've been using for over 10 years. And I believe they should step up the games and build upon legacy, not recycle everything under the name paying tribute. The worst part is that you can't even argue and say that it's minimalistic, like Fearless by lesserafim, because it's very obviously not minimalistic, just lazy. The beat and lyrics aside, even the visual in BatterUp makes it more like a BLACKPINK's tribute song rather than a debut song. Did they run out of visual creativity too? I think their song is the product of YG, trying to maintain the hard hip-hop YG style, while also trying to cater to the new minimalistic production trend going on. But as you can tell, the result is something that's neither. The numbers reflect that too. Batter didn't even make it into the top charts initially. Not even top 200 on Genie or top 100 on Bugs. Sure, the release time is a bit weird, and it's hopefully going to start charting once YG's marketing money starts paying off. But that honestly sounds like the wildest dream, as after 10 hours, it hasn't entered any Korean music charts, and now, after 4 days, BABYMONSTER is out of top 100 on Bugs, Melon, and Flow, and worse, out top 200 on Genie. The MV BatterUp also garnered nearly 130,000 dislikes within the first 24 hours of its release, alongside over 1.3 million likes, making BABYMONSTER the group with most disliked YouTube, with on W as the like-dislike ratio is approximately 10%. This is so weird for a big 3 girl group debuts, especially for BABYMONSTER, as it's been 7 years since YG debuted a girl group, and all eyes were on them. Overall, apart from the girls' obvious talent and the YG label, this debut feels like what you might expect from smaller, lesser-known groups. Song quality aside, I can't quite understand YG's strategy as a business. They had everything to make BABYMONSTER a success from the start. Why delay their debut until it's almost a crisis? As BLACKPINK's future is uncertain, BABYMONSTER should have debuted earlier. It would have been less pressure and a chance to grow their fan base without worries. And now, with BLACKPINK almost gone, BABYMONSTER obviously has to be a hit right off the bat, something companies like SM or JYP avoid by debuting new groups well before their senior group's contracts end. Why would YG place themselves in this position where it's do or die? Is everyone in that company simply incompetent? Crazy! Fans and critics alike weren't just talking about the song or the dance moves, they were also pointing out some serious cultural appropriation in the music video. In the video, Ruka, one of the rappers, was seen wearing a durag. Now, for those who don't know, a durag is more than just a fashion statement. It has deep roots in history, often worn to keep hair in place, with origins dating back to the 19th century, when slave women used head wraps during labor. Seeing Ruka in a durag didn't sit well with a lot of netizens. They felt YG Entertainment was once again crossing a line, appropriating culture for their music videos. And that wasn't the only issue. Chiquita, another member, appeared in what looked like bright yellow box braids. These alleged cultural appropriation, added by a pre-debut scandal of ahyeon, which will be mentioned later, made me start to question if YG is using noise marketing, especially considering the context where BABYMONSTER lacks so many factors of successes besides the girl's talent. But that wasn't the only problem. As later revealed by a YG employee, besides having no Teddy Park, BABYMONSTER's debut also had no creative director. So, Yang Hyun-suk was the only one to steer the ship. This also explains why BABYMONSTER took forever to debut, so keep in mind this detail because it will be linked to a pre-debut drama. The nightmare only escalated. Then there's the issue of promotion, or rather, the lack of it. After BABYMONSTER dropped BatteruP, fans were expecting the whole shebang: press conferences, music show appearances, fan meets, you name it. But guess what? There was barely a peep from YG. No showcases to hype up the debut, no Weavers events for fans to interact with the group, no music show performances, no first stage, and the only things they have posted until now are the MV and the audio, of course, only 3 YouTube shorts, and a few promotional tweets on X. When being questioned, YG just casually shared they had no set plans for BABYMONSTER. To appear on music broadcasts, however, would announce if there are changes. Combine this with the fact that there is a clear gap in the choreography of BatteruP, which might be for ahyeon to fill when she comes back. I mean, if she ever comes back. I feel this is a huge disrespect for other members of BABYMONSTER. Like, as if their presence is not important enough. And the real debut, the real promotion, will start with ahyeon. So, the big question was why the debut kept getting delayed. YG said they were picking the best song, but we can all see how outdated everything is. So it makes sense that even back then, 2 theories had been flying around about why BABYMONSTER's debut was delayed for forever. There's also a bonus reason, like an Easter egg of this section, so keep watching and tell me what you think. First, let's talk about Yang Hyun-suk, aka the main producer of BABYMONSTER, this time. During the period BABYMONSTER was expected to debut, he's been in and out of courts a lot, and wrapped up in this serious scandal where he was accused of blackmailing Han Seo-hee in the illegal substance of BI, the former leader of ikon, for those who question who he is. Initially, he got off without any punishment, but after an appeal, he ended up with a 6-month prison sentence, put on hold for a year. So it's like every time he was back in court, BABYMONSTER's debut got pushed back a little more. Second, adding on top of that was the whole situation with BLACKPINK's contract renewals. Only the rumor about BLACKPINK's not continuing with YG had already caused a dip of 16% in stock price. So imagine how chaotic and terrible the impact on BABYMONSTER's debut would be if BLACKPINK is confirmed to leave the company for good. So, I think maybe YG's playing a game of timing by trying to keep all the members of BLACKPINK stay, then introducing BABYMONSTER on top of BLACKPINK's success. Actually, there is a third reason, but I think it's just my 2 cents, so let's treat it as a bonus. You know the scandal around ahyeon, aka the ace and the most famous member of BABYMONSTER, got caught up in a racial slur scandal, right? Basically, when performing at Hanlim High School, she explicitly said the N-word, and the fact that she is fluent in English, as well as has taken classes about rap culture, upset people a lot. So, imagine having the most important factor of success caught up in a bunch of angry criticism. Do you think it's a good time to debut? Obviously not. Anyway, there you have it. Between court cases, stock market dips, and cultural scandals, BABYMONSTER's debut became this big waiting game with more twists and turns than your favorite K-drama. And after the debut, well, it's like BABYMONSTER just vanished.